Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today's video was requested by a lovely subscriber who is an edgy girl and feels like while she wears pretty fragrances like Idol, they don't fit her. So I have picked out a couple of fragrances from my collection that I consider to be edgy, and hopefully I can help you find one that you love. If you guys are interested to see what I chose, let's jump right into the video. First things first, this video is done in collaboration with Dossier. You guys know all about Dossier, a beautiful inspiration house that does renditions of fragrances at a much better price point. I absolutely love Dossier. You guys are used to hearing about them on my channel. Instead of an inspiration fragrance though, today we have a Dossier original for anyone who isn't familiar with this house. And this is from the Speakeasy collection. So when I did my video about golden rum and amber, I told you guys that I really wanted to try another one from the Speakeasy collection, and it happened to be this one. So this is fresh margarita and lime. They give you this card where it gives you all kinds of great information on here about the perfume, about the notes, the olfactive families. So this is a citrus and aquatic, and then how it works, where they just give you some information about them as a company. Fresh margarita and lime. So the notes in here, it doesn't matter. They're on the bottle, which is like I said, this is sleek design. If you like Le Labo, commodity, you're going to like these. And let's go over the notes. The notes in the top: lemon, lime, black currant, grapefruit, and aldehydes. Why are so many of you scared of aldehydic fragrances? Let's have that conversation in the comments. What don't you like about aldehydes? Middle notes: water fruits, spearmint, and elemi, and then the base notes are marine notes, violet leaf, and white musks. This is fresh. Like when I smell this, and it's still doing that. I like this even better now than the first time. The citrus is so there, the lemon and the lime is so there. But this also gives me, let's say you had the margarita, the lime margarita, right? And then you're done with the glass, and then you put your nose to it just to smell the remnants and the ice. It has like this cooling ice vibe. Like how do you even put that in a bottle? But I feel like this is what it smells like once you're done drinking it. You're just left with that cool, especially if it's hot outside and you put your face up to that glass with that cool, refreshing air from the ice is coming. This is a vibe. Anybody can wear this. This is perfectly unisex. I will agree finally, because usually I think all of their fragrances that they have in their new collections are mass leaning. Now, I'd say unisex leaning slightly masculine for sure. This is not a feminine fragrance at all. But I know a lot of women who wouldn't mind smelling like this. I still would give it more to a man though, and that's who I'm going to gift it to. But I like it. I'm so glad to have a lime fragrance that I'm not just illed by. I'm still looking for a more feminine lime fragrance with much more sweetness. If I remember correctly, the person who asked me to do this list is relatively young, or at least works around a bunch of young girls. So this fragrance here might be a little bit too mature. I don't consider it to necessarily be one that you have to put in the age category, as you can wear what you want, when you want, how you want. But this is definitely one that's more for sexy date nights. And this is from Atelier des Ors. This is Elune Feline. This is a very expensive fragrance. Let me put that bottle up there. Beautiful. There's like gold flecks in it that you can just like twirl around or whatever. This one is a scary fragrance. When I first smelled this fragrance, the opening of it was like, had me just like, excuse me? Like people said it smelled like gasoline. I don't think it smelled like gasoline. I think it smelled like fear and phobias and distress and devastation. Um, like utter chaos. And I was like, okay, I'm going to either return this or I'm going to resell it. Like there is zero that this fragrance can do for me. And I came back and smelled the stick maybe a day or two later. And I was like, okay, wait. If that is what's hiding in this bottle beneath the tragedy that first hit me, we're going to have to give this a second chance and then a third chance. So somebody ended up gifting me a decant when I purchased something from them. I didn't ask for it. It just was interesting. So I played around with that versus continuing to spray this one because I thought I was going to return it or sell it. I'm telling you guys, it was absolutely amazing. So I think the first one or two tries, you really have to just say, okay, I'm going to let go and let God. I'm going to trust the process because I don't know what happens when you first use this or what kind of magic trick they're using to get you to love it like once you get to like the third time's charm. But just the very definition of that outward exterior, that complexity that women have, like, you don't get to see me soft and pink just yet. I don't know you. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know what you're here for. So for my self-preservation, I'm going to put up those walls, those shields, and I'm not going to give you an inch until I figure out if I want to. So yeah, that's pretty much my experience with Elune Feline. So I will say, this is not a safe blind buy. This is a very expensive fragrance. So try to get a decant or maybe get a sample. But if you are talking about edgy up front and in the mid, then you get to a dry down, which is after that person has worked through, all of your defenses and all that you have going on, and they deserve to be there. That's when it's soft and pink. That's when it's sweet. Next up, we're going to talk about Athena from Harmony Perfumes. So I have talked to you guys about Harmony Perfumes before. I just did a giveaway. Again, congratulations to Lisa on winning Vanilla X Squared. This is Athena though, baby. This is a powerhouse gourmand fragrance. The notes in this alone are just phenomenal. There's so much in here, from caramel to like burnt sugar to brown sugar, and there's just a lot going on, but there's a mint note in here that is for the ages. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, mint and gourmands? Why? I say the same thing. I will be honest. I have a love-hate relationship with this fragrance. It started out as hate. I let it sit for quite some time. And once you can God, that is so, you know what? I would really love for him to make this for me without the mint in it. Or let's just say if he put like 10% mint in this, I would like him to take it down to 1. I would like to dial back the mint in this because it's such a powerhouse mint and the longevity of it is just tremendous. Once you get to the super dry down of this though, and it just becomes that full gourmand, she's stunning. She is stunning. But a lot of people love this with the mint. Women, I get more requests to talk about this fragrance than any other fragrance from his house. They are in love with Athena. They like that juxtaposition. They like that you know, like, I can't wrap my head around such a loud mint with such an amazingly sexy, rich gourmand. They clash to me. But there are some days, especially if I wear her 2 or 3 times in a row, where the mint starts to take a back seat sooner. It is always going to be all encompassing in the beginning. You're not going to be able to escape it. Anyone who is around you when you're initially sprayed is going to say, I smell mint. That you can't get around it. And that's the only problem for me with her. If I could take the mint out altogether or dial it back like 90%, I think that she would be one of my top 10 favorites for life. But because she is such a powerhouse with the mint, and I feel like I can only wear her in the fall and in the winter, I can't keep her that high on my list. But if you're edgy, you're looking for edgy, you want something where a person can't really decide what to do with you, how you're coming in, and then if you're a different person when you leave, just this beautiful transitioning fragrance that you just don't know what you're going to get from one moment to the next, Athena is going to be absolutely just outstanding for that. To fill that position for you, to match that type of personality, Athena is definitely that girl. Next up, from the house of Novices Parfums, we have Kind Intentions, which is their product after collaborating with Paulina Shar. And this one, I think, took a lot of people by storm. It definitely took me by storm. My first initial thought when I sprayed it was that I loved it, and then it went weird. And I just was like, what is this? And then there was this huge uproar about, is there hay in it? Is there not hay in it? I was like, let's just talk about the seaweed though. Yeah. Let's just talk about how you look at these notes of musks and vanillas and things like that. And then here you are with this seaweed. It's like, what are we doing? Um, I know I would naturally gravitate to seaweed as a note that I want to smell like, but I wasn't afraid. I really loved Venom of Love, which I have over there. And it just worked. I liked it and I wanted to see what she was going to come up with. I didn't think that she would play it safe. She does enough reviews, and we hear all of y'all when y'all talk about, oh, everything smells the same and it's that and the third. So I would think that she would want to be brave and step out here and say, okay, let me add at least one or two things that are going to just throw everybody for a loop. And they made it work. Took me a couple of, I mean, not a couple, a lot of tries to finally get to the point to where whatever it is that's going on in here that was just really sticking out to me, and not in a worse way, but just in a, I don't know if I'm keeping this way. I don't even get it anymore. This whole thing speaks to me. It's an entire vibe. This is definitely one that's going to have a man thinking, I got to step correct to her. Proceed at your own risk is the type of vibe this gives. I'm a woman who knows what she wants. I am confident. This again, too, I think a lot of these fragrances to me feel 30 and up. Again, you can wear what you want when you want, how you want. I'm just saying that this fragrance right here feels more than the girl who just got the job or just started working retail, or is entry level, has now moved up. Maybe she bought the boutique or started her own boutique. You know what I'm saying? This is power moves, but edgy, ever changing. Again, this is another good one that transitions a bit. Not as much as Athena. That's a whole nother experience. But this one is really good and really edgy. This is not your typical designer fragrance. This is definitely going to give you something unique, and it's going to be a conversation piece, because you're going to have some people who are like, what is that? And other people who are like, where can I get it? And so, that's just a part of being an edgy girl. I am a lover of ginger in fragrances, and the first fragrance that I can recollect that brought me ginger and the beautiful combination of ginger and bitter orange is none other than Hermes's Twilly de Hermes. So I, oh my God, love this fragrance. I know how y'all feel about people who say they love a fragrance and it's still full. This is not filled to the brim like it used to be, like Poivre is, because I haven't really worn Poivre, which is another version of this, like a flanker of this. I really do love this fragrance. I assure you that I do, but it is one that I never make it to. So I promised myself that she would be in my fall rotation, and there's a chance that she's going to leave because she's very small. Yeah, I've seen how I've moved through this year. I was not playing. My empties, I'm not out here playing. I'm putting dents in and I'm moving through stuff. I've probably had her 3 or 4 years. It is time for her to get her just due. And I know if you think about it and go, oh no, you're going to use it all. It's like, is that really serving her justice, or is letting her stay around and live her life, her best life justice? We're going to live our best lives together. And I'm going to make it through her as much as I can. But this one right here, the ginger in this has this beautiful sweet heat to it because of the bitter orange. Perfect combination. If you do grapefruit, if you do blood orange, you have to give, that extra kick to the ginger to make it like a sweet heat in a fragrance. Not like flaming hot Cheetos or anything, or not like black pepper, but just something original and unique. Kind of like the candy ginger. When you bite into it and you taste the sweet, and then you're like, oh my God, this is hot. That. And I love it. And she's still clean, very classy, with a beautiful sweet citrusness to it. It definitely gives you that orange vibe. I love Twilly. I think that Twilly is a citrus fragrance with just sass. She's spicy. She is just that girl. And I honestly think that this might be the one that will work really well for you. Coming up next, we have three from the exact same house. This is from the Dua brand. So this is the Dua fragrance. This is called Intensified Vanillic Ruby. I do not remember what this is based off of, but this is definitely based off something that um somewhere. I'll try to put it in the description box. But people were talking about this on Instagram. It's like one of those houses that's sold off far somewhere and you can never really know where to get it. And I just don't have time to play games like that. So Intensified Vanillic Ruby is a beautiful woody, citrus, vanillic patchouli fragrance. Baby, the patchouli in this, like, I almost think that this could be a unisex fragrance. But on my skin, it becomes so sweet and feminine. To smell it from this, and like, look, baby, look at this. This is one of the newer ones in my collection. When I got this, I couldn't stop spraying it. And I was like, it's not fall, but it gives me fall vibes. It's got patchouli overload, but not the dirty, funky, earthy patchouli. This patchouli that just said, TeraMichelle, you thought that you was on the fence with patchouli, but I'm here to tell you, we go together. Like, we go together real bad. So me and patchouli do our thing with this. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just different. It's just different. And it's something that I think definitely feels edgy, feels like you're about to do something wrong, something that you normally didn't think you would ever do. You know what I mean? And that's like, come on, that's the whole vibe. So intensified vanillic ruby. They have another one too that like has neroli in it or something like that, but I prefer this one better. This next one is vanilla brandy. The brandy in this is potent. I gave the solo of this that I had to a friend of mine because I wanted him to smell it. And he was like, that's a lot of brandy. And I'm like, come on, dude, suck it up, buttercup. I've had this longer than, or no, I had the solo in this because I got the solo, loved it so much, and bought this one. I was about to say I had this one longer, but I just, it settled so well for me. And for him, in just smelling it, he picks up the booze a lot, but he also isn't a boozy fragrance wearer. I'm not all the time, but I've been rocking with Dua long enough that their brandy just works for me, baby. Oh, she's a sexy girl. So you're this is like for the bartender. This is definitely for the biker chick. I'm going to give you that rough and tumble, but I'm going to go down smooth, baby. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Okay. This last one, dark chocolate, rum, and vanilla. This is their inspired by version from of Guerlain's Gourmand Cocaine. Let me calm down. Guerlain's Gourmand Cocaine. This is my third bottle. You heard what I said. Third bottle. I bought the first one, loved it so much, immediately got a backup bottle. When I finished that one, got another backup bottle. So I thought this was a fall winter fragrance for me. When I tell you guys I wear this when I want to, where I want to, how I want to, when I want to, do not play with me. It was like 101 degrees outside. And I was like, I want to smell like chocolate. So what did I wear? This and finish that other bottle. And the only reason it wasn't in my empties is because I don't know what I did with the bottle. I threw it away and I got mad. So I just promised myself, and I with the first one, I didn't say anything. There are so many fragrances I have finished multiple times and just buy them because I used to think that empty videos were like stupid, and well, not stupid, but that nobody liked them. Y'all started telling me though when I would mention in the video that I went through something. Where was the empties video? So, you know, you live and you learn. It's a process. I don't play about this. I don't play about this. I don't play about Era of Vanilla. I don't play about Pure Gold Nectar. There are just some duas that I've been through multiple bottles of, and it's a vibe. Dark chocolate rum and vanilla is the best chocolate done in a fragrance that I've ever smelled. It's just like cocoa more than chocolate vibe for me because I'm not gonna lie. Venom of Love by Novices Parfums, baby. I think there's a K.I.L.E. one too that I like the chocolate in, but the chocolate was so fleeting, like it just didn't stay long enough. Okay, let's keep moving on. A Dossier fragrance actually made it on this list. This is Powdery Hawthorne. This is Dossier's inspired by fragrance for Tom Ford's Metalique. You guys have heard me talk about this. The dent is serious. I don't play about this fragrance. It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. It smells like the best mineralistic water you could find, or mineral water that you could find. Like you go to, like I've said before, like you're near a stream and all of the beautiful vitamins and minerals that you need are right there in that water. But then it turns into something that is just nice and sexy, easy and sensual. So it's like you start off on this camping trip, you find this pure source of water and like metals and things like that, and then you make your way back to the tent and get it in. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Powdery Hawthorne from Dossier, which is inspired by Tom Ford's Metalique. And I have a backup bottle thanks to Rebecca Collazo. So I'm going to go ahead and run through this for fall. But this is all year round. This is all year round. And this is so edgy to me because, like, I think you're a kick butt chick if you out here camping, baby. Because I can't do the ticks and the insects and the possibility of snakes and bears, baby. Do you, do you. It don't get no more edgy than that, honey. So, yeah. No, but I'll rock this and pretend I did those things. You guys know how I feel about the Scandal line from Jean Paul Gaultier. Scandal, the original, being my favorite, my ultimate favorite. And this one being my least, but this is an edgy list. You know, I don't necessarily consider myself edgy in the way that I'm describing these fragrances, but I still have it. Sometimes it pulls too animalic for me. I'm not really wowed by the cherry note. And it smells good though. It's sexy and it'll get you folded like a pretzel, please believe. But what I'm saying is, sometimes it's a bit much for me. This is Scandal by Night. I did start off with a decant of this from like fragrancenet.com or, you know, Scentbird or something years ago when it first came out. And I purchased it because I really thought I liked it. And then I don't know, it just smells different from the full bottle, but I love this color. I've had it for quite some time. It is going to be in my fall rotation because I'm not going to let it turn or, you know, go bad, but it's just something about this line. There are some times when I smell this and you can't tell me it's not the best thing ever created. And then there are other times when I'm like, man, there's something a little too potent and on the side of I don't want to smell like that. I can, and I think my baby Rebecca Collazo also said the same thing. I think she was saying sometimes it pulls to animalic, but she also said that about the original, which I don't pick that same thing up in. So for me, Scandal by Night is definitely for the edgy girl. Again, another one. This is even sexier and more grimy and gritty than the Elune Feline. The Elune Feline is a little classier when we're comparing sexiness. This one is the one that you wear when you have every intention of snatching somebody up and going home with them. Um, yeah, Scandal by Night is a whole entire vibe. Last but not least, I want to talk to you guys about a vanilla that is just everything I wanted Nishanis I need to be. This thing is perfectly unisex, but I do still think it's more feminine than it is masculine. It's really probably just perfectly. Oh, no, it's a little bit more feminine. Divine Vanille by, is it Essential Parfums? I was going to say Parfum Essentials. Essential Parfums Divine Vanille. Thank you so much to Paola Bianca. Just thank you. I love her forever. I haven't even gotten to dive in this one yet. The just doing this. I was for to say something I can't see on my channel because I don't know how young the folks be on here, but baby, I'm just gonna say Prince made a song. Anyway, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna leave it to be. I will just say this: you will have a fantastic time with this fragrance. I think it is the ultimate in sexy. I think it's complex, but also simplistic. Like it is complex. You're going to get all of the spices in here, and this is spices like flavorful, not spices like necessarily heat. Dude, this smells so good, but there's a sweetness to it that just makes you cream. Let me just, you know. It's a vibe. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you are still here through the absolute lunacy, please do not forget to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, share and subscribe and comment. Did I say subscribe already? Select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Share me with all your friends, all on your social media platforms. Also, I may have another Harmony perfume giveaway coming, but I think I'm going to pick the person from the comments on the last video because there were so many of you that gave me great examples. I really wanted to do more than just one. I'll let you know more about that if I'm able to, though. So, as always, I want to see you guys in the comments. And until then, bye.